The Iron Rules of Tomasi. Iron Rule of Tomasi number 1. Frame is everything. Always be aware of the subconscious balance of whose frame in which you are operating. Always control the frame, but resist giving the impression that you are. The concept of frame is yet another ephemeral idea that had a need of a term in the very beginnings of the great masculine awakening that's become the community. If memory serves, I think it may have been PUA godfather Mystery who first picked up on what's really a very rudimentary and well-established psychological principle. In psychological terms, frame is an often subconscious, mutually acknowledged personal narrative under which auspices people will be influenced. One's capacity for personal decisions, choices for well-being, emotional investments, religious beliefs, and political persuasions, among many others, are all influenced and biased by the psychological narrative framework under which we are most apt to accept as normalcy. The concept of frame covers a lot of aspects of our daily lives, some of which we're painfully aware of, others we are not. But nonetheless, we are passively influenced by frame. What concerns us in terms of intergender relations, however, is the way in which frame sets the environment, the ambiance, and the reality in which we relate with both the women we sarge at a bar and the relationship with the woman we've lived with for 20 years. One important fact to consider, before I launch into too much detail, is to understand that frame is not power. The act of controlling the frame may be an exercise in power for some, but let me be clear from the start that the concept of frame is whose reality in which you choose to operate in relation to a woman. Both genders' internalized concept of frame is influenced by our individual acculturation, socialization, psychological conditioning, upbringing, education, etc. But be clear on this. You are either operating in your own frame or you're operating in hers. Also understand that the balance of frame often shifts. Frame is fluid and will find its own level when a deficit or a surplus of will is applied to change it. The forces that influence that lack or boost of will is irrelevant. Just know that the conditions of an operative framework will shift because of them.
tonight, Texas? America? World? How you doing tonight? We're here to make you feel good. You want to feel good with us?
You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. If I had a, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million. Try to make the worst seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all his worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to
The National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Zero Sugar Super Bowl 51 halftime show.